Hello, everyone. Good morning and good evening to all my friends across the globe. Today's topic is continuation of yesterday's topic, which we spoke about, is negative words or negative beliefs which we carry within ourselves, or the negative words which we use on ourselves and others. How does that affect our life, right? So, to introduce myself, I'm Poonam Sharma. I'm a life and mindset coach, I'm an author, I'm a healer, and a social worker. Now, I want to start this topic by giving you an example. Okay. Now, just imagine, um you're actually a coder. Okay. The person who develops codes is called a developer. Now he's writing a code where the instruction is, if I type I on my keyboard, I should pop up on the screen, right? Now the code is written, it's fixed. Right now, when I'm a user, and when I'm using my laptop, when I use that particular keyboard, when I type I, what do I expect? What should pop up on the screen? I, right? If I expect J to pop up, I'm actually making a mistake there, right? It's actually I which will pop up because the code is written and fixed there. Now, can I go back and change the code? Probably not me, but I can ask my coder to do that, right? Now, keep that example in your mind. Now I'm going to talk about the positive quotes and the negative quotes which we form in our head, with in our mind, by the experiences which happen in our life at our childhood or during the teenage. I'll give you a simple example of how does that work, right? How does that coding happen, and how do we fix codes in our brain based on something which happened probably during when we were child, or when we were during our teenage. Now, just imagine, a classroom full of students. Now, there's a student who is so much excited right now because his favorite teacher is coming into the class. He's so excited that he tells everybody, what, my favorite teacher is coming today, and I really like her presence in the class. Now, on the other side, the teacher is having a bad day because of some reason, and she comes to the class. She's not aware of the excitement of the student, you know now. And on top of it, the teacher actually asks the student to, picks up that the same student and asks him to read a paragraph. Now the student is so much excited that, he would probably look around and say, wow, my favorite teacher is calling out my name, and I want to give my best while reading this paragraph, right? You all must have gone through this particular situation in your life. Now, while he is reading this particular paragraph, he makes a small mistake. Now, he is not aware that his teacher is in a bad mood, and the teacher is not aware that this child is actually too much excited about her presence in the classroom, right? Now, teacher, because of her bad mood, or probably something which she is carrying, she might react in a certain way, where she might say, you know what, you don't even know how to read a simple paragraph, such a useless student. Or probably she might use such, a negative word which she might even forget after this class, right? But for this student, since he was at the highest energy level and he was expecting his teacher to appreciate him for his work, right, for his presence, he heard something negative. And now he heard that negative word from a teacher who he admires the most. So what does he do? He picks up those words and he fixes them in the brain, says that, oh, maybe I'm not confident enough to speak out in front of the crowd, or I am not good enough to present myself in front of a crowd. Now, what happens is this student has fixed this code in his mind. Whenever a similar situation, I'm not saying the same situation, it will never happen, but whenever a similar situation is happening in his life, his brain will send this code to him and say, you know, you're in a crowd and people are looking up to you. You're not so confident enough to, face this crowd. So what happens? The stage fear, the fear of communication pops up in his head. Now, what does the brain do? It starts, once the code is formed, right? It starts collecting the evidences of similar incidences, and it stacks all those, you know, incidences which are related to that particular code. And whenever you are in a similar situation, all these memories, you might have observed that when you go to an interview, you prepare your mind completely that I'm going to crack this interview no matter what. I'm going to, give my best. But the moment you enter the interview room, you completely forget the concepts, or you're not so confident enough to even answer the questions which you know. Right, you must have observed that it is happening to you. Now, it is not happening because you have not worked hard, or it is not happening because you're not confident. It is happening because you have fixed a code, which is probably, the reason is probably it happened somewhere in your childhood. You fixed a code, you fixed this particular belief, that, or the code has become a belief, right? After stacking up, the code turns into a belief, and you started believing that I am not a confident person to face an interview, or to face the crowd, or to answer the questions even if I know, right? Not to communicate. Now, this is the cause where, most of the people are not aware of where are these traits coming from. And one thing which can help you in analyzing this, and also getting to a point to convert these into the positive beliefs, where you're telling your conscious and subconscious mind, more importantly the subconscious mind, because conscious mind, you're always telling it, you're a confident girl, Poonam, you can crack this code, sorry, you can crack this interview, you can do this, you're motivating your conscious mind. But it's the subconscious mind, like I gave an antidote yesterday. Captain is the subconscious mind, and subconscious mind is pulling you back. Now, what you have to do is go deeper into that subconscious mind and understand where that negative belief is coming from. You can only work on a negative belief only if you know the root cause. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult for you to convert that negative belief into a positive belief. Now, these codes, why am I using the word code? Because it can be changed. Now, if it is, a value, a base value in your life, that is fixed, it cannot be changed. But the good part of belief system is it can be changed, because it is you who have created it. Right, you were not this person before creating this belief in your life. You created this belief, hence your brain is, giving those signals to you all the time. The moment you work on these beliefs, the moment you say, no, this is not me, I am a confident girl, I am the person who can face the crowd, or whatever it is, right? Whatever positive belief you want to, you will see that consciously your brain will also pick up these, evidences of helping you to fix this positive code in your head. Because brain doesn't know if it is negative or positive. It only knows that my boss is giving me instructions, I have to listen. Right, you are the boss, you have to be the boss, not the, subconscious mind. So when, how do you take control of it, or how do you become aware of what your negative codes are? Probably pick up the signs, pick up these taglines which you use for yourself, like I was using yesterday, right? I said, we generally say, by, in a joke way, we say that, I'm lazy. Why are you saying this again and again? Journal it. Ask this question to yourself: why am I using this word for myself every single day? Why am I saying that I'm not a confident girl? Why am I saying I'm lazy? Why am I saying that I react to situations? Why am I saying that I procrastinate things in my life? Why? If you ask this why to yourself again and again and again and again, you will see that you will reach to a point where you know your answers. And journaling is the best tool you can apply to get these answers. One of the other best tools which you can apply is to reach out to a life coach, because life coach will hold your hand and help you understand these trigger points, help you understand where are these beliefs coming from, and will help you work on those beliefs and make you a better version of yourself. I have also experienced this in my life. I was into spiritual journey for more than 12, 13 years, but there were so many goals which were just tagged up. I was not able to reach. I will talk about this in the next video of how I dealt with my negative beliefs of, I will never be able to. One of the negative beliefs which I had was I will never be able to reach any health goal in my life. I will speak about how I created that, belief in my life, and how I worked with the help of a life coach, how I helped to, and along with life coach, I also took help with, the life coach also helped me in healing myself, going deeper into that section of life where I decided that I can never reach any, health goal in my life. So I will talk about all of these things, how, a life coach helped me, and how a life coach can help you in understanding these negative beliefs and working on yourself to become a better version of yourself. So stay tuned for, knowing more about this. I hope you like today's video and today's concept. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment section, and you can, be in touch with me on my Instagram and my Facebook. I am keeping those details in the description below. Please subscribe to my channel so that I come up with, more uh, uh, more topics for you to get deeper into yourself and understand which are the areas which you need to work on. So thank you so much for your time, and love you all. Have a happy weekend.